Hi, hope you're well. So I'm here in Liverpool, just been to a viewing, wanted to give you some feedback on what happened there. Turned up, pulled in, and there's a lady sitting on the doorstep, and by the look of her appearance, I could kind of tell that she was the tenant rather than the owner. So I struck up a conversation with her. And first thing I ask if it's a tenant is, are you staying or are you going? I'm always interested in understanding from their point of view what's happening with the house. So she said straight away, no, I'm going. And I said, well, do you want to go, or are you being asked to go? And the reason I ask that is that I do buy properties with tenants in for clients. You know, we're always looking for good tenants, and if there's someone living in the house already, it makes sense to keep them there. So anyway, she said no. He has asked me to go, but to be honest with you, it suits me because I've got 2 children. It's only a 2-bed property, and I've got my little girl who's now sort of sharing my room. So she's getting older, and it's going to suit us to have a 3-bed property. So I said, okay, great, fair enough. So what's the house like? So she said, oh, it needs a lot of work. Okay, what does it need? Oh, well, it needs this and it needs that. He doesn't spend a penny on it. And I can see from the outside of the property that the paintwork is in really bad condition, it's just peeling away and not been like touched for probably 20 years. And it's always a good indicator, the outside of a property, if it looks tired outside, if they can't be bothered to spend a little bit of paint, money on paint to do the outside, then the inside's probably going to be the same. And sure enough, it was. So I found out a little bit more about the landlord. The landlord is from overseas and just hasn't really done anything to the house. So I kind of was already feeling that it wouldn't be for me, because we don't like buying properties in really bad condition, poorly maintained, because it's not just about what you can see then, it's also about what you can't see. And typically they'll pull up loads and loads of stuff on surveys, which just becomes a headache, and you're back and forward. And to be honest, there are plenty of other deals around that don't require as much work and as much hassle, if you like. So I went in, had a little look around. Sure enough, it wasn't great, and I didn't even go upstairs in the end. I said to the agent, look, it's not for me. But I guess it's just a reminder, and I've mentioned this before, but chat to whoever you can, chat to the agent, chat to the tenants, chat to the owners, and just do some digging. I'd kind of found 90% of the information I needed on that house before I even stepped in the door. So just never be afraid to strike up a conversation, play detective, find out what you can, because it's going to really help you make a good decision on whether that property is for you or not. Okay guys, that's it. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye.